Okay, so the trade deadline is done. It is up and it is over. And the NBA website, whoever's doing the transaction part of the NBA website is doing a piss poor job. It hasn't updated in hours. You hear me? Hours. Crazy. So it looks like Daryl Morey is not on his performance enhancement drugs because his performance is horrible right now. He did not trade for anything significant, and we have three open spots. So that is telling me that he's probably going to get somebody that's been waived or that's a free agent. I don't know. I'm totally confused by this entire situation. Um, on Twitter it says that we have Buddy Hield. We traded for Buddy Hield. We sent Marcus Morris over there. We sent I don't know. Man, I'm totally thrown by this whole situation. Like, okay, so we got Buddy Hield from the Pacers. That was the most significant trade that he did. We also picked up Cameron Payne from Milwaukee. Sent Pat Bev to Milwaukee. What? If you were to trade a player like Pat Beverly, send him to the other conference. Do not send him within your conference. Like, he is not a typical player. He is, wow, he's not a Philadelphia 76er anymore, I can tell you that, which is crazy. I mean, for him to have predicted his trade was crazy. Like, listening to the podcast, I laughed. I laughed like that'd be crazy if he got traded. And he got traded. He got traded for Cameron Payne. Now, I see Cameron Payne and I see he's a good shooter. He's a good shooter. He's a left-hand guy. Um he was on the Suns. He played decent for them. He got traded to Milwaukee. Or he signed with Milwaukee. I'm not too sure. I don't follow really other teams. But so we got him. Okay. We also gave Boston Jaden Springer. What? What? Like what? Jaden Springer? We gave Boston, our division rivals, one of our best young developed guards, a defensive guard. Did you see what he did to Stephen Curry? And you trade him? Wow. Just when I thought, okay, Nick Nurse is starting to, let Jaden get some minutes in there. DeAnthony's down, so this is a good move for your boy. And they traded him to our division rivals. I think that Boston wanted him because they couldn't deal with those two players being on the same team in Philly, Maxey and Springer, because them two together running the court, defending the way they do, it you're not gonna get past them. But now they have him to guard Maxey. That's what I think the whole trade was about. He got traded for a second round pick. So now we have like 105 second round picks. Like, why is he keeping these second round picks? Like, is he really looking into the future? Like, is he seeing these players coming out of college, coming out of high school? Like, is he trying to pick up Bronny James? Like, what are you doing, Maury? Like, you got to take your big boy pill today. Like, I've been on your side this whole season. I'm not totally against you. I'm not against you, period. But I'm just wondering, like, wow, what is going on? Like, you've made other teams better by giving up Pat Beverly, by giving up Daniel House, by giving up Jaden Springer. Like, what? And we still got Mobamba. Like, I don't know. I had to get on here and make this cast real quick because uh I I'm baffled. But what it is Marcus Morris is gonna be getting waived by uh the team, the Pacers. I think the Pacers sent him to Sacramento, if I'm not. Uh, let me see. I think he got traded, but you know what's cool is I see Dimwitty. I see Dimwitty, Spencer Dimwitty. Toronto thinking about waiving him. I don't know why they would though. Dimwitty is a floor master, bro. Like, pick up Daryl Morey, go get Dimwitty. If he gets waived, go get Dimwitty. We have the roster spots. We can sign him to something. Like, this is an opportunity to pick up a phenomenal player, and we could say, we could name our price. We don't have to give up anybody. I mean, of course, he's going to name his price. Kobe, Kobe, calm down, calm down. It's just a dog. Kobe sees a dog outside. He's like, "Is it Pat Bev? Is it Pat Bev out there?" I mean, wow, you traded Pat Beverly, Jaden Springer, and Marcus Morris, and Daniel House. Like, he's clearing the roster for what reason? I'm glad that he didn't get rid of Ricky Council. Ricky Council is a really good player, and I think he's gonna do nothing but get better. And he's a forward, which he's a thick, hard, stout forward as well. I think he needs more PT. I think moving those players will probably give him some more PT, especially with Joel being down. So that could potentially be great. We also kept Lofton. He's at G League, but we kept him. Can't believe we got rid of Jaden Springer though, man. Wow. We got rid of Furkan Korkmaz as well. Don't let me forget that. That's who went over there, the Pacers. Furkan Korkmaz and Marcus Morris. Um, wow. And I think we swapped like second round picks. Um, so go get Dimwitty. We can't get Andre Drummond now because the trade deadline is over. It's 25 minutes into the deadline. So that's a wrap. Um, Please don't pick up nobody like Robin Lopez. Please, we don't need no Robin Lopez. We don't need that. We don't need that. Robin Lopez is he's an okay baller. I wouldn't call him a hooper, but he's a baller. He's scrappy enough to get rebounds and stuff, but nah, man, nah. That's just gonna take away time for and Mobamba to get in where they fit in. Kobe, enough. It is not Patrick Beverly. He's in Milwaukee. He's in Milwaukee. Gee, Kobe is in an uproar about this trade, but you know what I'm saying? He is in an uproar. He can't believe that this is happening right now. Like, you got to be kidding me. So, they say that DeJounte Murray is staying in Atlanta, which is baloney. I think we should have got one for him too. But if Dinwiddie's being waived, I think that'd be a cheaper buy than DeJounte because DeJounte is still on contract and we would have to give up quite quite a lot. I don't think Atlanta's gonna pick up like 7 first round picks. No, for not for DeJounte. He's too valuable for that. So I guess he stayed put. Oh gosh, this is horrible. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this trade deadline? Nobody really made anything drastic. You know who I did think won this um trade deadline? The Phoenix Suns. They went and got your boy O'Neal, Royce O'Neal, and man, that that's a fantastic pickup for them. Still, they're not posting that on their website. We also got some a second round pick from Detroit, or what? A draft consideration? Like I don't even know. It's not. It's not like we needed more draft picks. Like, what do we need more draft picks for? I'm not sure. I don't think that. I don't think that. It should have been Daniel House. And then why didn't Detroit keep Daniel House? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Why didn't Detroit keep Daniel House? Do you think it's because they're moving and shaking? Do you think that, like, what could possibly be the problem with having another shooter at Cade's disposal? This is what I think. I think that when they waived Killian, they wanted some space in their tax to sign Cade to a huge deal and also get um, something in the off season to complement Cade, like a huge star. What huge star can you get besides Bronny James tethered to his dad to come to Detroit? I mean, think about that. If if they gotta pay LeBron James $80 million to stay for 3 years, it ain't gonna be 80 million though. It's gonna be like 100, 105 million for him for 3 years to play with his son. Well, you know what? Why would it even be 3 years? Maybe two. Let's say a hundo for 2 million for 2 years to play with his son, pull him to Detroit. Whoever gets the first pick, Detroit could. I don't even think Bronny's gonna get picked first. Like honestly, I really don't. I think that people aren't really considering the fact that LeBron's gonna be tethered to him. Um, or maybe it's be too expensive. If that is the case, if GMs are really starting to notice something, some type of pattern, you're gonna start seeing a whole bunch of players waived, a whole bunch of salaries getting cut as far as waiving those players, and and then what? Hey, pick up LeBron James and his son. I don't know. I just don't see why Detroit did that because they needed a veteran. I've been saying that all season. Like Detroit needs a veteran, somebody with some type of playoff basketball experience to be at their whelm, and they got Daniel House, which is very demonstrative on the bench. He uh he plays to the guts on the floor. Why get him and waive him? That's weird. So also what happened, Detroit received the guard Dennis Schroeder from the Raptors. Brooklyn also received Thaddeus Young. Yeah. I think they're gonna waive Thaddeus. I think him and Young didn't really get a lot of PT anyway, in Toronto. So maybe them losing Royce, Thaddeus might get some PT. But you get Dennis Schroeder and you waive Spencer Dinwiddie? Like Dinwiddie being a really good player when he got traded from Dallas and then traded. Like I mean, like what is going on? Does Dinwiddie not bathe or something? Like why are they giving this player up? He is a great hooper. Like he can get on fire. He'd be phenomenal. My word again, y'all. Phenomenal. Up next to Tyrese Maxey. What in the world? Like I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Malachi Flynn is going to Detroit. I mean, they didn't waive him. Alex Burke went to New York yet again. Uh, man, they got Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes went to Detroit as well. Also, Ryan Archibaldino. No, don't know why they're not waiving those players. Evan Fournier. Wow. Okay. 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 So Detroit has made the most moves in this draft. In this trade deadline. My bad. I'm trying to read and scroll and talk at the same time. Detroit also got a forward and some Simeon Fontecchio from Utah. Okay, so Detroit is making some moves, but I still don't see why give up Daniel House. Like, wow. Okay, uh you got a little bit in Malachi. I don't know who the heck that guy is. Quentin Grimes, he's a guard. He's decent. He was decent for New York. He can get a lot of PT. Ryan, I have no idea who this guy is. He's also a guard. No idea. What you know what I've been saying though? Put Cade in his rightful position and let somebody else run the ball. Right now he has no choice. He has to. If they get a healthy Evan Foyer, I mean, that could be a good tandem. That could be good. I mean, well, come on, honestly though, honestly. Fourier wasn't getting no PT in New York, really. Really, he really wasn't. And what you gonna do when the Philly comes for you? When the Philly comes for ya. I don't know. I just made up a song. You like it? I liked it. And that's all that matters because this is opinionated voice. And that's me. So Detroit, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got rid of Kevin Knox. You got rid of Killian Hayes. You waived an acquisition in Daniel House Jr. And you picked up all these non-playing players. What exactly are you doing? Like, I need to know. You gave up Alec Burke. You gave up Bojan Bogdanovic. Like, what are you doing? It's gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what Detroit is gonna do. Are they just fortifying their team just to sit Cade or what? Like what? What? You're definitely not going for the end season. That's a wrap. You're not gonna make it. There's no way in. Oh Lord, Kobe almost fell off the couch trying to scratch his behind. That was fun. So what? What can you do with Cade and Ivy with these role players that you picked up? Are you gonna waive them? Are you trying to get rid of some cap space so you can sign a big name deal? Guy like Bronny and his dad? Like, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. They gave us draft consideration. So what does draft consideration means? Like, oh, I'll think about you during the draft. But thanks for this player you gave me. Like, I don't know, what's a draft consideration? What is draft consideration? Can somebody answer me that? Anybody that listens to these podcasts, somebody tell me, what is draft consideration? I'm lost. I'm lost. So back to the Philadelphia 76ers. So what did we get? What grade did we get? We got rid of 4 or 5 players. We picked up 2. So we have some roster space. Does this tell you that, they're not making any major moves because Embiid will be back in a month? Like, let's start a countdown. He just had his surgery, Saturday? So every Saturday when I make a post, I'm going to say, okay, 3 weeks and moving on from there. And we'll see what's going down. But I don't know what Daryl Morey is doing. I'm really like, I'm puzzled. I'm puzzled by his process. Everybody was thinking about, when he wanted to trade James, like, when is he going to do it? What's this going to happen? Da, da, da. It happened right at the brink, right at the deadline. He threw him over there. Well, no, that wasn't at the deadline. That was at the beginning of the season. I'm thinking about the James Harden, Ben Simmons deal. Like, that was at the last second. But what are you doing, Maury? Like, we have empty spots now. We already down hurt players. Robert Covington is still in Philly. KJ Martin is still in Philly. Ricky Council is still in Philly. Tobias Harris, yeah, boy, is still in Philly. Reed is still in Philly. Of course, Maxey Embiid is still in Philly. DeAnthony Melton is still in Philly. Nico Batum is still in Philly. Who am I missing? Mobamba is still in Philly. Man, we got a short roster. Like, this is really tripping me out right now. I'm still looking at this this transactions, like the transactions that the league has made on the NBA app, and it still doesn't show anything. Doesn't show anything, any transactions made. Like, what is going on? What is going on? What is happening? So that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to get on here and say that we got Buddy Hield. Welcome to Philly. What is he going to bring to the team? I think he's going to bring some great shooting for Joel Embiid's passing. That's what I've been preaching all year. We need role players. We need role players. Everybody wants a Beal or, KD or, what I'm saying? Star players are going to cost. But what about these other thousands of players out here that are playing as hard as they can? They may not be getting the all-star pickups, but they're doing what they can to help their team win. And Buddy Hield, in years of late, he has been doing that. He's played next to Tyrese Halliburton, and he's become an even better player in Indiana. So we picked up a really strong shooter. Buddy Hield doesn't need a lot of room to shoot. He can be a catch and shoot player. And I think that's going to do well for Embiid and Maxey, passing it out there. Is he going to be a starter? Of course. I really do think he's going to be a starter. Let's see. What's the roster going to look like? Tyrese Maxey, Buddy Hield, Tobias Harris, Nicola Batum, and Joel Embiid. That's not too bad. Payne, a role player, good shooter, good outside shooter. Like, he could be dead on. I think he's like in the 42% range. That is phenomenal. Morey has a knack for picking up players with hidden talents. And Cameron has a hidden talent of shooting the outside shot. He's also not bad at getting in the passing lanes as well. Buddy Hield, I haven't watched too much of his defense, but when we played against him, he was doing pretty dang decent. So, I mean, what is the deal? You know, what can he do for our team? Play as hard as you possibly can, bro. Like, get out there and do the thug thiz. I think he's going to be a good acquisition. So the trade deadline is over, and they got Patrick Beverly as the headliner of the deadline. Like, they legit got they legit got Pat Beverly on the front screen. So PJ Washington went to went to crud. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see. It says he was fine. Inappropriate gestures. Huh. Okay. So Andre Drummond was fined 15,000. Making inappropriate gestures. Okay. So PJ went to the Mavs. Why is that good? Because it takes some of the heat off of Kyrie and Doncic. Because PJ's a good line out player. He's one of those players that is tall and lengthy and can, he's athletic and all this, that, and the other. But he's also an outside shooter. I think that's going to help them because they are both passing guards and they're shooting guards too. So I think that's going to help that team for sure. Let's see if I can get um, some more information about what Daryl Morey is freaking thinking. What are you thinking? Okay, so the Golden State Warriors made a trade of Corey Joseph and a second round pick in cash consideration. I think so they can make room for um, somebody else on the wage list because they only received a second round pick in cash consideration. So they got a roster spot that's open now. The Celtics again got Jaden Springer for a second round pick. That is terrible. They're also trading Delano Banton to the Portland Trailblazers for a second round pick. I think they did that to get a spot for Jaden. Robin Lopez was traded for cash considerations to the Kings. I think they're going to waive him. The Pacers give up they get Doug McDermott from the Spurs. The Spurs got Marcus Morris in a second round pick. By way of the Clippers. I believe they're going to waive Marcus Morris so he can potentially come back to Philly. The Pistons, their lottery pick Killian Hayes, they are no longer together. They have separated, and it feels so good. Okay, so Killian Hayes is out there, people. The 76ers gave up Pat Bev, of course, for Cameron Payne and a second round pick. That's what we got. Is a 2027 second round pick. You remember we lost a second round pick a few years back for some quote unquote tampering of PJ Tucker, which is who's no longer on our team. He only lasted a year and a quarter, so that was that. See you, Pat Bev. It was nice. It was nice. The trade of the night, I think, community home health care is is the 3-and-D player of Royce O'Neal. They also got David Roddy. Um, he was coming from the Grizzlies. I think he's a good stout player, like good rough and tumble down there in the block. The Grizzlies received a future pick swap, and they got Yuta Watabami. The Nets got 3 future second round picks and some cash consideration. The Mavs, yep, like I said, they traded PJ Washington. Um, the Hornets will get Grant Williams, Seth Curry, and a first round pick. Now let's see. Can we put Seth Curry, Miles Turner in a package deal for Mobamba and um, let's see, Mobamba and a couple of second round picks? Can we do that? Can we do that? So the Pistons buy out Harris, and the Nets traded Dinwiddie to the Raptors. Um, the Nets got Dennis Schroeder, and Thaddeus Young. I don't know. And then they're gonna waive him. Oh wow, terrible. Okay, so the Knicks will get Alex Burke and Bojan Bogdanovic from the Pistons. And look, I want to just show you how many people the Pistons picked up. Well, I'm gonna tell you, they picked up 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Okay, plus two second round picks in the future, and cash consideration. They picked up Evan Fournier, Malachi Flynn, Quentin Grimes, and Ryan Alcidicono. My bad if I tore your name to shreds. I don't know what Detroit's doing. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know. The Knicks won that. They finessed the Pistons for sure, in my opinion. So also the Mavs get Daniel Gafford. Oh no. I wanted to pick up Daniel Gafford to be our backup center. The Washington Wizards will get Rashawn Holmes. What up, Rashawn? He was drafted by the Sixers a while back. They get a first round pick from the Mavericks via the Oklahoma Thunder. Wow, Daniel Gafford. Mm. The Mavs needed some type of a beast down there in the blocks. They picked up a good one with Daniel Gafford right there. The Thunder traded Vasily Mink, Trey Mann, Davis Bartoon, and draft compensation. I have no idea what that is for Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward is going to the Thunder. Wow. Wow. Okay. And again, Daniel House, a second round pick and cash consideration, is going to the Pistons, which the Pistons waived Daniel House Jr. We just got a second round pick for him. We gave up a 2024 second round pick, and we got a 2028 second round pick. What? Like what? Okay, I don't know. I'm moving on. Okay, so the Raptors get Kelly Olynyk and Oshia Abaji. The Jazz get Otto Porter Jr., Kyra Lewis Jr., and a 2024 first round pick. Wow. They finessed them out of a next year. This year, actually. This year, first round pick. Just like the Pistons finessed us out of that too. Wow. Daryl Morey's making space. That's what I'm seeing. Like they're making space for some reason. The Philadelphia 76ers, they're trying to, I guess they're working to improve the roster. That's what I'm thinking because once Joel Embiid is healthy, he's gonna be back to his old things. You know what I'm saying? Doing what he needs to do. So we got Buddy Hield, and we gave up Furkan Korkmaz, Marcus Morris, and 3. Do you hear me? 3 future second round picks. 3 for Buddy Hield. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yesterday, Timberwolves traded Monte Morris for Troy Brown Jr., Shake Milton, and a 2030 second round pick to the Pistons. So the Pistons picked up Shake and they picked up Troy Brown Jr. Um, that's not bad. Troy and Shake are still young. Shake needs more PT, so I think he'll get it there. It's not bad. I'm not saying that it's a bad pickup. I mean, it's okay, but Detroit is, I don't know, they release so many players, so they're gonna get back to players. We'll see if that changes their trajectory. Because right now, they just won a game the other day, and it was nice to see them win. I am cheering for them. I like cheering for the underdogs. Especially MJ's a Detroit guy, so shout out to the Pistons. So the Celtics also made a trade, and they received Xavier Tillman from the Grizzlies. He's a good player. He shoots the outside shot. He shoots a mid-range shot. He's a decent rebounder. They gave up Lamar Stevens and a 2027 and 2030 second round picks from the Hawk and the Mavs. And that's all I'm going to do. Well, you know what? Let's just do this one more since it involves Detroit. Detroit receives Simeon Baticcio for Kevin Knox, a 2024 second round pick, and Gabriel Procida. So they got a lot of 2024 picks. I think Detroit is trying to make a whole. I think they're just gonna revamp their whole roster for real because they got a ton of this year picks, like literally this year picks. Like wow, my goodness. Ooh, that was a lot. That was a lot. So let me know in the comments below what you think about what went down with this trade deadline. How do you think Morey did? How do you think that Buddy Hield is going to change the trajectory of this team? Is he going to help? And how will he help? Don't just come with a problem. Come up with a solution too. On that note, smile at somebody. Take it easy.